and today we are going to talk about this amazing company that we are launching in July. And you definitely want to listen, ask questions, and I promise you, you're going to thank me later because we are about to revolutionize the industry again. I love the membership companies that came to the market because they changed so many things. They changed the auto ships, the price gouging, starter packs, founders packs, and that was incredible. And we're about to change it again in a lot of different ways. So this is gonna be the first company of its kind, and you definitely want to be a part of it, or at least you want to learn about it, ask questions, and then make your decision. So first, let's start out by saying pre-launches. We're not going to pre-launch. There's not going to be a pre-launch because a pre-launch is basically the pre-fail. It's the hype, it's the exaggeration, it's bringing all these people in with the link, but they're not paying yet, and you can join for free, and then 50,000 people join, and then 10% actually pay for it, and they have such an explosive pre-launch, but the crash is even more explosive. So we don't want to do that. We want to learn from other people's mistakes and do things the right way and operate more like a corporation than an MLM company so that you're operating in a more responsible and serious way, and people really like that. So no pre-launch, that's number one. Number two is going to be the fact that this is the first company where you're going to see multiple companies inside of one company, which is really cool. Just picture your favorite companies. Just think about like your favorite travel company and maybe your favorite discount app company and your favorite skincare, your favorite health and wellness company, travel company, whatever it may be. Now picture all these companies combined under one umbrella, and you just pay one membership, $10 a month, and you get the benefit of being a part of all these different companies. How cool is this? So that's part of it. So with that in mind, value, I always say, if you have a legit company, something that can have longevity, you need to have value. And you always have to ask yourself, is this a company? Is this a service? Is this a product that I would be a part of if I didn't have a compensation plan attached to it? And excuse me, because I have a little bit of a cold today. So just think about that. Would I be a part of this company if there was no comp plan attached to it? If the answer is yes, you have value, and you have to have value. The biggest issue that I see in the network marketing industry over the past several years is the fact that the money became number one. It's always the money, 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 money. Look how much money you can make. Look at the 50 different ways that we pay, and look at the money. And when you do things for them, you're not going to do well. So if the reason is the money, it is not going to work for you. And that's why we see so many companies pre-launching, launching, and crashing super fast, because it's all about the money. And just so you can understand what I'm trying to say, it's the same thing in any industry. Like, I'm a realtor. In real estate, somewhere between 85 to 90% of agents that get their license, they quit in the first 12 months. Why? Because they decided to become a realtor because they wanted to make the money, and the money was the reason. Now, if you come into the real estate industry because you want to provide value to your clients, you want to serve them, you want to go above and beyond, you want to negotiate, you want to help them to make the right decisions in real estate, you negotiate well on their behalf, you show them appreciation and gratitude. When you close escrow, you show up for the close, you give them a nice gift, maybe you throw them a party. What I want to say, a housewarming party. You bring a gift and you host a party for them. If you do that, you guys, you're going to have success in real estate. Every industry is that way. If you join and the reason is the money, you're going to fail. Money should be a consequence of the service, the value, the culture that you provide. If you have that, then the money is going to come. And money is super important, but it can't be the reason. You got to have something else in place. I'm sorry that I have this cold today, so just hang in there with me. So just think about that. The money cannot be the reason. In the past several years, it's always been about the money. Nobody ever calls you anymore to tell you, hey, I have this value to provide you. I have this high quality product for the low prices. Even when you have that, people don't lead with that. They lead with, come join me. You're going to make all this money. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to sell. It doesn't work, you guys. There's no miracle. It doesn't work. So with this company, obviously with what I just shared with you, the value is unmatched. No, it's the first company of its kind. No one has done this before. So the value is through the roof, okay? So value is there. If you have value, and on the top of the value, you have, hang on one second. Okay, sorry about that. So if on the top of the value, you have the right culture. Everybody wants to belong to something that's bigger than themselves. Everybody wants to participate in a movement. You got to have a mission in mind. And if you have that, so if you offer the right culture and you have value in the product and service that you're offering, the money will come and the money will have longevity instead of, oh, I just joined this thing, I made a ton of money, and now it crashed. Now I got to move on to the next thing. And now it's all about the money again. And I made all this money and now it crashed. And now I got to move on to the next thing. So if you have those two things in place, it will equal longevity for your money. Now you have a legacy company in place, and that's what we're doing here. So as far as the culture goes, you guys, it is all about appreciating the field, because without the field, there's no company. And I think companies throughout the years also stopped appreciating the field as much as they should. They don't realize that we are everything to them. Without us, they have nothing. So they are no longer humble enough to understand that. And that's what this is all about. It's about having honesty, transparency, and having generosity towards the field, appreciation, gratitude, and fun, because we also have taken the fun out of network marketing. You know, when I first joined the industry, that's why I joined. And I have made some amazing friendships. And I feel like we need to bring that back. We need to belong to something that becomes our extended family. We can't wait to go on the next trip to give people a hug, to hang out, to see how they're doing, because they are family to you. And that's what I want to be a part of, something like that, a movement, a mission. And that's what we're doing here. So we're going to give you tremendous value. We're also going to give you the culture, the right culture, and that equals the money. But we don't need to come to people with a compensation plan and trying to show the 50 ways that we pay, because that should be the consequence, as I said. And when you operate from generosity, if that's your culture, it means that you're going to have something that is generous when it comes to the compensation plan. So I'm super excited to give you guys more and more information as we go, as we get closer to the launch. They're bringing me in as director of field operations, and I promise you guys that I'm gonna be the best director of field operations you have ever worked with. That's my commitment to you. I will be available, I will be honest, transparent, and I'm gonna make sure that the company does what is right for you. And they know that. I actually had this conversation with them and I said, are you sure you want to bring me as director of field operations? Because you know how I operate. And if you guys are doing something that's bad for the field, I'm going to have to go on a live and disclose. So if you don't want that, you probably should pick somebody else. And they're like, no, we want to do the right thing. And so I promise you it's going to be all about you, and I'm going to work very hard to make sure that you have the best customer service that you have ever received in this industry. and that you have all the tools that you need to run your business and all the support that you need. So we're not gonna hype it up, we're not gonna overshare at this point, but I just wanna let people know that we have something really cool coming, and if you wanna stay updated and be a part of it, I will absolutely love working with you. Thanks for the support. Thanks for engaging with me. Thanks for being you. I'm very appreciative of all of you. I hope you're having an amazing Monday, and I will see you on the next one.